All right, today we're going to continue with factoring, but now we're going to solve by factoring. So we're going to still factor, do the same thing that we've done before, but now we're going to actually find a solution. We're going to find two solutions. In fact, we're going to say x equals something and then x equals something else. How we know we have two solutions is because our highest exponent is a 2. So the highest exponent tells you how many solutions you're going to have. Now here we have a is equal to 1, so this one is not too bad. We're going to set up our two sets of parentheses. X times x gets me x squared. Remember, technically, factoring is undoing the distributive property. So we're factoring in order to undo the distributive property. Now, x times x squared. I need two numbers that multiply to negative 20, but add to a negative 8. So this is a negative 10 and a positive 2. So, negative 10 times positive 2, negative 20, negative 10 plus 2, negative 8. From here, we have the property that says, hey, we're going to take the zero product property. So we're going to take every factor, every product, and set it equal to 0, and then we're going to solve each one of those individually. So I'm going to take this x minus 10 and set it equal to 0, and then I'm going to take this x plus 2 and set it equal to 0. From here, to solve, to move everything away from x, I'm going to add 10 to both sides, and I get that x equals a positive 10. So that's one of my two solutions. Here, I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides and get that x equals a negative 2. And so that's another solution. So we get two solutions. Now, some of you may notice that, hey, if I had x minus 10, my solution is just its opposite, a positive 10. Yeah, you're absolutely right. If I had x plus 2, my solution is its opposite, x equals a negative 2. If you recognize that, you can skip all of this and just write, oh, x equals 10. X equals negative 2. It's always going to be the opposite. Now, number 2, this one, very similar, but we have where a is greater than 1. So from here, we're going to take our a and we're going to multiply this to c. So we're going to solve using the Moyes method. And so we have x squared plus 17x plus 60 equals 0. So 10 times 6 is 60. We're just going to write what we have. Now this problem looks exactly like what we have here. Two sets of parentheses. X times x gives me x squared. And I need two numbers that multiply to 60, but add to 17. Well, that's, I lost my train of thought. 12 times 5, geez. So this is plus 12 and plus 5. So 12 times 5 is 60. 12 plus 5 is 17. If you don't see that, what I would do is I would just make a table, and I would start with 1. 1 times 60, and then 2 times 30, and 3 times 20, and 4 times 15, and keep going, and then finally when you get to 5, you get 5 times 12, and that is going to be the only two numbers that not only multiply to 60, but at the same time will add to 17. Now, our equation is unbalanced because I multiplied by that 10, so it's unbalanced. I need to undo that or get it back to balance by dividing by 10. So I'm going to divide both of these by 10. We've talked about using our calculators before. If you have a graphing calculator, if you type in 12 divided by 10, you're going to get a decimal, 1.2. I want you to hit math, the button underneath alpha, math, enter, enter. And when you do that, it'll reduce this fraction for you. So actually, it'll say, hey, this is 6 over 5. Over here, same thing, 5 divided by 10, you would get 0.5. Math, enter, enter, this reduces to 1/2. So that's just a quick way to use your calculator. Now, normally we would take our denominator and put that out in front, but because we're trying to solve, we're trying to find what the solution is, just like over here, if I had x minus 10, the solution was x equals a positive 10. In the same way, this x is going to equal the opposite, so negative 6 over 5. Do you see that? And here, we're going to get x equals the opposite, so negative 1/2. And so it actually saves you a lot of time by doing the Moyes method because the fraction is already solved for you. So this is how we solve by factoring.